an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. Last night was further proof as to why people don't watch pretend basketball. Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA.
You know it's bad when your own teammate can't even bear to watch you play. That's exactly what happened to Angel Reese during the Sky's crushing loss to the Liberty. While Reese struggled, missing layup after layup, cameras caught Kamilla Cardoso physically distancing herself from the team whenever Reese had the ball. The body language was brutal, and it's all on tape. Could this be the beginning of the end for Reese in Chicago? Let us know in the comments below. Should the Sky trade Angel Reese? Let's talk about it.
Today, the Chicago Sky are already imploding from within. Fans are turning on the team. Kamilla Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamilla Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor.
The Chicago Sky just made WNBA history, and trust me, this isn't the kind of record any team wants to be associated with. Through their first 2 games of the season, they've posted a staggering 60-point differential. That number sounds bad, but in WNBA terms, it's absolutely catastrophic. No team in league history has ever started a season this poorly. We're talking about a franchise that went from playoff hopes to complete disaster in just 48 minutes of basketball. Angel Reese had the worst game of her professional career. And, no, I'm not exaggerating or trying to be dramatic, she was bad. She went 0 for 8 from the field. Yes, she grabbed 12 rebounds, 8 of them offensive, but it was a terrible performance overall. Do you know what a 60-point differential actually means? It means you're getting blown out by an average of 30 points per game. In a league where most games are decided by single digits, the Sky are losing by margins that make you question whether they even belong on the same court as their opponents. Other historically bad WNBA starts don't even come close.
Angel Reese had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out. That's not me trying to be overly elaborate, trying to really make it sound awful. No, she was bad. 0 of 8 from the field, 12 rebounds, of which I believe 8 were offensive. It was a terrible showing.
The Liberty game says it all about how far the Chicago Sky have fallen. New York walked into Chicago's home arena and handed them a brutal 99-74 loss. But what makes it even more embarrassing? The Liberty set a new WNBA regular season record, with 19 made three-pointers. They were unstoppable from beyond the arc, while the Sky couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Chicago shot just 36.2% from the field, helplessly watching as New York rained threes on them all night long.
Chicago Sky fans are officially going to war. They can't stand Tyler Marsh. Let's start here. Worst plus minus in all of the WNBA is, in fact, you guessed it, Angel Reese. 9 out of the 14, bottom 14 are Chicago players. How is Angel running point guard going? 5 turnovers, 0 assists. I don't see Tyler Marsh winning the Coach of the Year.
This wasn't supposed to happen. The Sky entered the season with legitimate playoff expectations after trading for Ariel Atkins in the offseason. The plan was simple. Pair Atkins' shooting with Angel Reese's rebounding to build a team capable of contending for a postseason spot. Instead, they've created a situation so disappointing that fans are already calling for changes just 2 games into the season. The contrast between those preseason hopes and this harsh reality couldn't be more striking.
I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water. Hey y'all, it's me, Angel Reese. I'm dedicating this season to victory. I'm struggling to understand the end destination of this journey. I'm struggling to understand the winning that Angel Reese is talking about. Because 2 games into the season, the Chicago Bravado are losing by an average of 30 points. They're getting their ass kicked.
The numbers don't lie. They reveal a team that's broken at every level. When you're shooting this poorly while allowing record-setting performances from opponents, it's more than just a rough patch. It's a complete system failure. The offensive. Struggles are obvious, but the defensive breakdowns are just as alarming. Teams that collapse this dramatically, this early in the season, often see internal tensions start to boil over. That's exactly what happened during the Liberty debacle. As players watched their teammates miss shot after shot, while opponents celebrated historic nights, frustration mounted rapidly. The cameras captured every moment of that tension, and what they revealed about the team's chemistry is truly shocking. We'll get to Cardoso's reaction shortly, but first, just how bad was Angel Reese?
The Sky's minus 60-point diff is the worst through a team's first 2 games in WNBA history. It's real bad. Of course, last night we saw this, of course, is the stat patter extraordinaire. Of course, this was Angel Reese. She got blocked, I don't know how many times, by Jonquel Jones, who just wore her ass out. By the way, all them blocks, when she got the ball back, that's an offensive rebound. Certainly maybe the most embarrassing WNBA clip of all time. It's up there, unfortunately. For Angel Reese, there's many of those over time.
Angel Reese went completely scoreless from the field against the Liberty, missing all 8 of her shot attempts. But that goose egg is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to her offensive struggles through the first 2 games. She's shooting an abysmal 5 for 22 from the field overall, a percentage that would make even high school coaches cringe. And these aren't difficult looks either. We're talking about missed opportunities that should be automatic for any professional player.
Angel Reese last night against the New York Liberty, one of the worst games she's played as a professional, takes that out on the referee.
Here's where things get really ugly for Reese. Her biggest weakness has been finishing at the rim, where she's converted just 4 of 17 shots from within 5 feet of the basket. That's a dismal 23.5% on layups and close-range attempts. In other words, she's missing 3 out of every 4 shots from point-blank range. Against the Liberty, fans watched in disbelief as she botched multiple layups, misses that left even her own teammates shaking their heads on the sidelines.
Are you starting to understand why I make fun of this league? Are you starting to understand why the WNBA struggles to draw an audience based on the product on the court? There are missed shots, bad plays, but in the NBA, missed layups are the exception, not the norm. Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
The turnover situation only adds to the struggles. Reese currently leads the entire WNBA with 10 turnovers through just 2 games. Every time she touches the ball, there's a real risk she'll give it away. And these aren't minor mistakes. We're talking about careless passes and fumbled dribbles that lead directly to easy points for the opposition. Her teammates are watching possessions vanish because their supposed star player can't maintain control of the basketball. When you compare Reese's offensive efficiency to other forwards around the league, the numbers are staggering. Most WNBA forwards shoot around 45% from the field. Reese, by contrast, is sitting at just 22.7%. That gap isn't just concerning, it's historically poor for a player with her level of hype and responsibility.
This is all part of the myth that I'm supposed to believe that Angel Reese is some great player, that she's the rival of Caitlin Clark, and that Indiana Fever fans taunted her with racial taunts, and people are actually believing it, buying it, and selling it. It's all a myth and a lie, and you have to be a part of some religious cult to actually believe that Angel Reese is some sort of effective, big-time basketball superstar.
The viral moment that had everyone talking showed Reese missing multiple layups in succession, even after grabbing her own offensive rebounds. Fans on social media couldn't believe what they were seeing. One user tweeted, "Is this real or looped somehow?" A comment that captured just how surreal the sequence appeared. The clip quickly sparked accusations of stat padding, with critics questioning whether Reese was more focused on boosting her rebound numbers than actually finishing plays.
Bench. Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
These offensive struggles aren't happening in a vacuum. When your star player shoots 0 for 8 in a home game while missing routine layups, team chemistry begins to fracture. You can see the frustration mounting on the bench as teammates watch. Scoring opportunities slip away. When players lose confidence in each other's ability to convert easy shots, the entire offensive system starts to unravel. And that's exactly what the cameras captured with Kamilla Cardoso during the Liberty game.
Angel Reese can rebound and has an attitude and has trolled Caitlin Clark into some sort of relevance. There's this racial protection of Angel Reese. Somehow she's important, and somehow anything that bad happens to her, because I'm sure what we're going to hear is like, well, she's struggling offensively because of all the stress she's dealing with. She's created this stress by trolling Caitlin Clark and by trying to pick fights with Caitlin Clark and by jumping up and getting in Caitlin Clark's face, and is going to end in embarrassing fashion.
The cameras captured everything during that Liberty disaster, and what they revealed about Kamilla Cardoso's frustration raises serious questions about South Carolina's entire team chemistry. Each time, Angel Reese touched the ball and missed. Another shot, Cardoso visibly distanced herself from the group on the bench. This wasn't subtle body language. She was physically moving away from her teammates, clearly disengaging as the offensive meltdown unfolded in real time.
Person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Kamilla Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamilla Cardoso. She gets a switch, Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamilla Cardoso.
Cardoso's reaction during the third quarter was especially telling. After Reese missed her third consecutive shot attempt, Cardoso's shoulders visibly dropped as she shifted her position on the bench. She went from sitting with the team to creating noticeable space between herself and the other players. For someone widely respected around the league for her professionalism, this kind of public display of frustration speaks volumes about just how fractured things have become in South Carolina.
If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I am upset with how this offense is looking. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still can't manage to get an entry pass. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still need to deal with this type of amateurism in the WNBA. The Angel Reese shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss experiment. Okay, this is where Kamilla Cardoso, look, pass it out. Look at Kamilla Cardoso on the bottom of your screen here. Pass it out. Kick it out. Let me shoot a midi. How many attempts do we need at the same shot over and over and over and over again?
Sold a fake bill of goods. That's how this is starting to feel. What makes this even more significant is that Cardoso isn't known for showing emotion during games. She's built a reputation for staying composed, no matter what's happening, on the court. So when a player with that kind of calm demeanor can't hide her disappointment on live television, it's a clear sign the situation has reached a breaking point. Her frustration wasn't subtle, and fans saw it clearly. It was impossible to ignore. Veteran point guard Courtney Vandersloot didn't sugarcoat the team's issues when speaking to reporters after the game. "A lot of them are just dumb plays," she admitted. "Offensively, we haven't found a groove yet. A little out of rhythm. It will come with time. We have to work on our chemistry offensively." She also addressed their spacing problems, saying, "We are trying to figure out spacing. We haven't figured out how we can position our post players so it benefits us."
Reports came out that Kamilla Cardoso was sold on the Tyler Marsh signing. Rumor came out that Kamilla Cardoso wasn't excited, wasn't too pleased with how Teresa Weatherspoon was using her last year. So when she heard Tyler Marsh, when she got a sniff of Tyler Marsh possibly coming on board, they talked, laid out the game plan. Kamilla Cardoso was bought in. Kamilla Cardoso was drinking the Kool-Aid, eating what Tyler Marsh was feeding her. But again, sold a fake bill of goods.
These aren't the words of a team that's confident in its system or in each other. When your veteran leader is calling plays dumb and openly admitting the team can't figure out basic spacing, you're looking at a locker room where frustration is boiling over. The lack of cohesion is creating a toxic environment where players are getting in each other's way instead of working together. Successful WNBA teams rally around struggling teammates during tough stretches. They find ways to generate easier shots and keep the energy positive on the bench. The Sky, however, are doing the exact opposite. Their body language reflects a team that's already given up on itself, just 2 games into the season. When players can't hide their frustration on live television, the problems go far beyond missed shots. Meanwhile, across the league, another team is providing a perfect example of what real chemistry looks like in the face of adversity.
The worst part about this Kamilla Cardoso last night is you seeing her visibly giving up on her team here. Look at this. Look at this. Kamilla Cardoso literally walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Like, hey, Brianna, Sabrina, scoot over a little bit. Let me take a seat. Hey, Sandy, is there any room on the bench for me? Can you guys use an extra player? Can I switch jerseys and see how I fit on this team?
While the Sky are falling apart on national television, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just showed everyone what it means to respond to adversity the right way. After losing to the Atlanta Dream earlier in the week, the Fever immediately regrouped and came back to dominate Atlanta in their rematch. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement about what happens when players genuinely support each other instead of creating distance on the bench.
The Bravado don't need skilled players throughout their roster. They have Angel Reese. According to the media, Angel Reese is the equivalent of Caitlin Clark. Prepare yourself to be mesmerized at the elite athleticism.
The Fever's response to that initial loss reveals everything you need to know about their team chemistry. Instead of pointing fingers or showing frustration, they use the defeat as fuel to improve. Players like Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell were visibly rallying around Clark during timeouts and between plays. When Clark faced heavy pressure from Atlanta's defense, her teammates stepped up, creating space and finding ways to get her clean looks.
I'm proud of our fight, the toughness that we showed, our ability to stay together. Our bench was really engaged in every timeout and in every huddle. We were all engaged.
Let's be real about the performance gap between these two supposed stars. Despite a relatively off night, Clark still dropped 11 points, 6 assists, and grabbed 4 rebounds. Compare that to Reese's 0 for 8 disaster, where she couldn't buy a bucket from anywhere on the court. Clark's impact wasn't just about individual stats. She created opportunities for her teammates and kept the offense flowing smoothly throughout the game. The difference in offensive systems tells the whole story. Indiana's coaching staff has built a system that creates clean driving lanes and open shots for their players. The spacing works because everyone understands their role and executes it properly. Chicago's offense, on the other hand, looks cramped and dysfunctional, with players getting in each other's way instead of working together. When Vandersloot admits they can't figure out basic positioning, you know the system is broken. Social. Media couldn't stop talking about Clark's bounce-back performance. Even LeBron James fan accounts were praising her resilience and leadership. The excitement around Indiana's future is building with every game. While Chicago fans are already calling for changes just 2 games into the season, this kind of positive momentum creates a snowball effect where confidence builds and chemistry gets stronger. The hope surrounding the Fever stands in stark contrast to the doom hanging over Chicago. Indiana looks like a team that's building something special for the long term. Their players trust each other, their system works, and their star player delivers when it matters most. Meanwhile, the Sky can't even get through a home game without their own teammates showing visible frustration on the bench. One team is constructing championship-level chemistry, while the other is crumbling under the weight of their own dysfunctions. That difference explains exactly why 2025 belongs to Caitlin Clark and the Fever, not Angel Reese and her imploding Sky.
Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull are the real deal. That's what it does look like. It looks like these two off the bench, you can name whoever you want. These two ladies off the bench are going to be the most impactful duo in the WNBA, hands down. Hands down, these two are going to be the most impactful duo in the WNBA off the bench. They bring the energy, they bring the heat, they're able to score, they play defense.
When your own teammates can't even stand watching you play, it's time to face reality about your game. Kamilla Cardoso's visible frustration on live television says everything about where Angel Reese stands with her team. You can't miss 8 straight shots and expect your teammates to keep believing in you. The Fever are building something special, while the Sky are crumbling from within. Caitlin Clark has her teammates rallying around her in tough moments, while Reese watches. Hers physically distance themselves on the bench. The 2025 season is shaping up to be Clark's year, and Reese better figure things out fast. What do you think? Should the Sky consider trading Reese? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.